What you're listening to is Monkey. Guess by whom? She's sitting in our studio. Welcome to What She Said, Darby Mills.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Now, in 1978, you embarked on a 38-year journey of epic proportions, becoming one of Canada's iconic female rock vocalists and the voice of the Headpins. How did that career start?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
I wish I knew. How did it? I joined a rock band in grade 10. Got fired. Started one in my parents' basement. Graduated. Packed up my gremlin, moved to Calgary, part of me, Alberta, joined about 7 rock bands of all sorts, including a 7-piece all-black band from Harlem, New York, that unfortunately only lasted about 3 weeks when I ran into Steelback, a rock band, which is really one I wanted to sing and not the disco Anita Ward, You Can Ring My Bell, and Donna Summers, which I was doing with Business Before Pleasure was the name of that band. And ended up in Victoria, and 9 months later, the Headpins gave me a call and said, do you want to join our band? Take your time thinking about it. We'll call you tomorrow.
And that was 1981.
That was 1980. 1980. The Turn It Loud album came out in 1981.
And it went double platinum.
It like in a month and a half. It was the fastest going double platinum album in Canada on that day in history.
So did you realize then that you were really making a mark, raising the bar as it was?
You know what? It was all pretty much a blur. The original Headpins lasted for just over 4 years. And in that time, we did 3 albums. Toured Europe with Whitesnake. I got a chance to meet Cozy Powell and John Lord, who are both gone now. David Coverdale, John Sykes, Neil Murray, touring with those boys. That was a highlight of my life, and let alone career.
Even better than Eddie Money and Kiss touring with them?
You know what? Kiss was one of my highlights, but I've since run into Gene in the past 2 years, and not so much highlight anymore. Gene, sorry.
Oh, is there a story here?
Yeah, there is. I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm not all over Gene anymore. Sorry, bud. Sorry, Gene.
He seems to have turned. He's such a businessman.
Yeah.
These days, or was he always like that?
You know what? He probably was. I think that the whole thing might have been his. Well, just ask him.
Get your point.
What was the highlight?
Of everything.
Well, definitely touring with Whitesnake was the highlight. After, in 1985, I did get fired after the ZZ Top dates we ran across Canada. Those were incredible. We were getting encores. They were booing ZZ Top. They'd turn on the house lights and boo ZZ Top for not giving us an encore. And on one particular night, I thought they were going to burn down they were stomping so loud. We were in the arena in Montreal, and we were in the dressing rooms underneath the hockey dressing rooms, and it was like, wow, they're going to break this place down. That was wonderful. But one of the greatest things was after I'd been fired, like 4 days later, I went over to Eel Pie in London. Twickenham, I believe, is where Eel Pie is, which is Pete Townsend's Pete Townsend's studio. I think he just sold it last year, on the Thames. And I recorded my first solo project with Pete Townsend in the same building for a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, and got to meet some incredible players. I had one of the world's best bass players play on the CD, Tony Levin. The list goes on. So that was incredible, having the chance to be close to rock and roll royalty.
But now, today, you've got together with a group of dedicated, diehard 80s rock and roll bandmates, which makes up the Darby Mills Project. We've heard a little bit of Monkey just a few moments ago. Tell us about that.
About 2 years ago, I realized, 3 years ago, I lost my mom, who I had been basically taken care of for the past 3 years prior, and my dad. And she got the six month. I don't want to see at the doctors for 6 months. I was taking both of them to the doctor every day, or eye doctor, or ear doctor, or whatever. And we got the 6 month all clear. And basically the next day, she woke up to a brain aneurysm, and we lost her. 6 months later, my husband had a massive heart attack in the ambulance in our driveway. And they broke 10 ribs, bringing back his pulse. And I just realized that it was time to figure out who I was, why I was here, and why was I settling with what I'd been doing for the past 26 years. And so I went in and remastered the Never Look Back CD, which was recorded in 1990 in Vancouver. And so I remastered it and put it out as Flying Solo, and reliving that dream, knowing that if you want to take the wheel and drive, if you want to be the boss, you got to take the wheel and drive,
do it yourself,
so that you can fulfill what might be your dream, because you never know when your last day is coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So how can people connect with you, find out about where you're playing, upcoming tours?
The website, darbymills.com, and Facebook. I'm on Facebook, the Darby Mills Project, or Darby Mills Voice, not the, or just Darby Mills. So 3 places there, and then the website. So I'm working through an agency out here with Keith Sharp. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be saying his name or not, but and Ted, and they're doing a wonderful job reintroducing me to Ontario and Eastern Canada right now, where I've been so vacant from for so many years.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We will be back next Saturday and Sunday at 10 p.m. We're going to leave you with a little bit now of Monkey by the Darby Mills Project. And Darby, thanks for surviving.
Yeah, thank you.